thanks for joining me. I'm doing one page of my 4-page layout that I'm going to be including in my 2014 scrapbook album. I'm using Simple Stories. This is a paper pack I bought, I believe it was last year, and some embellishments that match with that. Now, I love this paper. I love the colors. It's the kind of not non-traditional, but you don't have the bright greens and the bright reds. The colors are a little bit deeper tone. And right now I'm just going through, what I've pulled out that I'm thinking I'm going to use. Now that paper right there is a faux burlap. And I do have a 12 by 12 actual burlap that I had bought at Michael's. But I'm going to go ahead and use the faux one that came out of this paper pack for here. Now I cut a strip of that's red with a little bit of polka dots on it. I'm not sure that you can really see it. It's about 4 inches by 12. And I'm going to use that strip, this came with the paper pack, as the title. Now, a lot of times I struggle with the title. So if I can find a strip like this, it kind of relaxes me a little bit, so I'm not stressing about how am I going to title this? All right, this is a green piece of paper that came with it as well, green polka dot, and the other side had the numbers. Love these numbers, but I'm only going to use the 25 in this one. And after I'm done cutting this, I realized it's got a little tear on it, but off camera I went ahead and glued it and fixed it. And then I'm going to use that extra strip there on my layout as well. And I think that's probably about 2 inches maybe. I'm just going to cut off the border. Now, my finished layout, you can't see this green polka dot paper. I covered it up. So after I was all done editing and everything, I went ahead and fixed it so that you can see a little bit of that. It seemed awfully silly to put that down there and then not be able to see it because the green really looks cute on here. Now I'm going ahead and I'm hand cutting my photos. I don't usually do this because I'm not very good at straight cutting. Now that picture right there, the house is brown, and I thought with that the pictures were taken at night, so there was some black background, and the house kind of popped up with that burlap, that faux burlap paper. I have an Epson Artisan 725. It's a very old printer. It's very reliable. I'm having, very good luck with it, knock on wood. And it has a feature in it. You have to download it through the Epson.com. It's called Epson Easy Photo Print. And you can do all kinds of things to your photos. Now what I've done here is I've taken a 4x6 and I shrunk it down 25% of the size. So if you have an Epson photo printer and you want to do this, you actually just have it do 75%. And I use that quite often. I didn't feel the need to crop any of these pictures, but I did shrink them down. Now I just wanted to mention that little brown piece of paper that I just showed, that's actually a little sack. Like a little sack, and I got those from Michael's. They're Celebrate It, and it's like a what is it? Like a craft color. And I'm just finishing up. This is sort of a preliminary layout. You notice I'm not committing to anything. Now I cannot. Oh, I did show you that I glued it. Sorry about that. Had a little glitch in the brain thought there. I struggled with putting this tag. I didn't want to cover up the brown paper bag, and I didn't like how that green border was blending in with the green polka dot. So I left it there for now, but you'll see that I've got it all over the place. And this is a journaling tag that I found in my stash. Now I spent maybe 4 or 5 hours yesterday going through all of my tags and labels and stickers and just trying to reorganize, and I found so many cool things that I totally forgot I had. I'm kind of struggling here with the stickers. Some of them were too bright of a red, so I went back to the ones that looked better on that layout, that had the browns and the deeper tones of red. This sticker right here is so pretty. It says Silent Night, and it's like a brownish color background, but it has red poinsettias and then the green leaves, so I had to put that one on there. And I'm just popping that up with a little strip of foam adhesive. I am starting to use more foam dimensionals on my layouts. I Hadn't typically done that, but I got the advice from a friend, Joan, hi, and loved how she was pop dotting and adding dimension to her layout. So I'm copying her. All right, so I decided to go ahead and commit, and I'm putting that 12 by 4 piece of red dotted paper down and the green one. And I'm going to go ahead and put that strip down. I wanted to make sure that I was giving enough room at the bottom for the picture, so I grabbed one of the pictures and put it down at the bottom. So now I embossed this little bag with my Poinsettia Sizzix embossing folder. If you do this, you want to do this, I'm going to suggest to really make, in order to really make those poinsettias or whatever embossing technique that you're using, take Tim Holtz Distress Ink and use your blending tool and go over the embossed part and pop those up. I should have done that for this layout. I may do it for the right side of the layout if I use a bag, but it's really, really pretty when you do that. Now, I eventually end up covering up this green piece of paper. So when all was done and I finished editing this video, I decided to go ahead and move things around a little bit so that you could see that green piece of paper. And at the end of the video, you'll see what I did. It's not a whole lot because I pretty much committed to adhering everything down. I did that on another layout. I took the time and cut out strips of these really pretty papers, and they all were gorgeous. And then I took my pictures and I covered them all up. I thought, silly me. That's one of the journaling tags that I found. I loved it. And I have no clue what I'm going to do with this tag. I'll go back to it. Yeah, I didn't really, put the pictures down enough, so they kept popping up. Okay, so these are little arrow type stickers that I'm putting right there because I thought that side of the paper was a little bit too plain. And the first one says Holly Jolly, the other one has a pattern on it, and the other one's just plain brown. And I'm going to put some hearts right there above the Silent Night, some little heart stickers. And I had 2 red and a brown, so I did the red, brown, red. Using up my stash, people. Using up my stash. That's a little date tag, and I will put 12/24/2014 on it. And I finally decided what to do with that. But I needed to use my spatula to lift up the picture a little bit so I could tuck it under. Pulling that up just a little bit. And trying to think of what else I wanted to put on there. I just needed more. I just felt like I needed more. So I found this really cute tag that had a tree on it. And I thought, well, how cute would that be? But then after I got it cut out, I thought, oh, wait, the right side of that layout has actually got our community Christmas tree picture. That's what I'm going to use. So I decided to set that tag aside. I will use that for the other part of the layout. And I'm going to cut out this little snowman. Now I started cutting this out here, during this video, and it occurred to me that you guys sat here and looked at me cutting all the photos. So here in a few minutes, I will pause the camera and finish fussy cutting it, and then I'll come back. I was trying to find my scissors here. I know I've buried them underneath all my embellishments that I pulled out, and I thought, there's no way I'm going to be able to fussy cut with those big scissors. So I pulled out my spare pair and started with that. Now, I have a new camera stand, and I'm still working on the angle as far as you being able to see what I'm doing. So I apologize for this. I am completely off frame, but just to let you know, I'm fussy cutting the snowman. I got the lighting down. I think my lighting's a little better. I got some new lamps and 100-watt daylight bulbs, if you're wondering, if you're struggling with your lighting and you do videos. And I do like them. Now, here in a second, you'll see me come back with the finished fussy cut snowman. Now I decided that I didn't want that little swirly thing that was on the end. And that was because I wanted to tuck that little snowman down underneath. Now this is completely contradictory because we have no snow here where I'm at. Except that it did snow, I think it was like 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, right here at my house on my birthday. So that was a gift from God and Mother Nature. It was the best birthday ever. It snowed the whole day. We built a snowman and everything. So it was pretty exciting. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pop these buttons. These are American Craft buttons, which I found, yay, when I was cleaning out my stuff. I was like, oh, that's right. These are so cute. So I'm going to put those down on there. And I didn't want to cover up the one little sticker that said Holly Jolly, but I was okay with putting buttons on the other ones. And I had to have 3 on there. And so I decided just to put a button right underneath the one that had the stripes. And I did not pop that one up. I just laid it flat on the paper. And I can't tell you why I do what I do. You know, there's no rhyme or reason on how I decide to do my layouts and how I decide to put things places. Okay, now I think here I was trying to find something to go across the bottom of that strip. I thought it just, the transition was, I wasn't liking it. So I took up the pictures. You'll see here I'm struggling because I already laid everything down. I'm struggling with getting the pictures up and putting the strip down, and you know that's completely my fault because I changed my mind. But that's okay. You can change your mind. And I'll tell you honestly, quite often I will finish a layout and look at the hearts, they're stuck to my finger. Finish my thought here. Quite often I will finish a layout and maybe I'll be going through my book just looking and I'll go, oh, I should add something right there. So I pull it out of the sleeve, I put a little bling on or a button or something like that. Even though I did the layout like months ago, I do add to it later on. All right, just the spatula. I use it for so many things. I love it. All right, and that's good for that part of it. I'm still looking for embellishments. Washi tape, that's what I need. Yes, this is my Christmas washi tape stash. And I have this in a plastic bag because I don't have room in my craft room for my Christmas, my Halloween, and my Thanksgiving. So I've kind of separated them all into bins. And I have a walk-in sort of closet in downstairs that I store all of that holiday stuff in. So I used some music washi tape and a little bit of that dark green washi tape, and then a little bit of the red dotted washi tape. All right, so here in a minute you'll see the finished product. Thanks all so much for watching. Have any questions, just leave a comment.